Andy, a hard-fought point in your opinion, do you think?
I'll talk about the game in a minute. I think there's two things I need to mention. I think are really important things for people who've represented our football club with such distinction. And so Brian Horton's been recently diagnosed with prostate cancer, so I think it's really important from the football club's point of view, from my point of view, and representing all the players as well, as that we hope he overcomes his challenges and that battle. That's more important than a game of football. So he's a manager of this football club, so hopefully they've caught it early and he can overcome that challenge. And on the other extreme, it's John's 79th birthday today again, so another manager of the football club who did amazing things. So on behalf of myself and all the staff and the players, happy 79th birthday to John.
What would he make of the game then, if he was the manager today and in your shoes?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he'd make of it. Listen, I think we knew what to expect. Stevenage are very good at what they want to do, and there's more than one way to skin a cat, and they're very effective, and they put you under physical and mental pressure for long periods, and they've got a way of playing which makes you defend for periods. And we had to try and play the game in a different manner, because that's how we want to try and play. That's my way, it's our team's way, it's what we've recruited for. And I thought for periods we started off the game really well, got control of the game, and they then become less effective because we've got the ball. And you can't always go forward and score, but it's about keeping the ball away from them for a turnover, so they can then play direct again. So pleased with lots of aspects, delighted with the clean sheet, delighted with the mentality of the group to come here and stand up to that challenge, because they do test you. And I think there's only Portsmouth who have come here and got a clean sheet so far this season. So we had a disappointing week, the week before the international break, in terms of results, and our performances were 45-minute max performances in reality. So we had some good conversations. We've done some good work on the training ground, and which 11 players on the pitch today had to be really effective at trying to stop them and do all the things that you need to do in a game of football, which is run, win headers, win second balls, win tackles, and try and manage the game. And then when we got the ball, we tried to do things in a different manner. And as I say, there's more than one way to try and play this game. That's why everyone loves it. And lots to be pleased about. But we've taken that next step, and as I say, I think it was important to respond to 3 games where we didn't pick up any points.
At the other end, like you said, you've got Ryan Loft back out there today. That's a bonus. You got Uchi on in the second half as well. Just talk to us about where they are in terms of their fitness, but also how you feel they impacted the game today.
Well, both players, that was the max they could play, 45 minutes, and obviously we've had discussions over the week with both players and the medical department, and that was the max they could do. So I thought it made perfect sense to play one in one half and one in the second half. So both players knew that plan. They bring us a physicality which we haven't had, and a different way to be effective. I thought Ryan did really well in the first half and got a lot of balls into his feet and linked well with Chiz and was reliable with the ball into his feet. And then Uchi's got totally different strengths. He can overpower you if you get too tight. He can run past you, can barge his way past you. He's just said to me, I probably should have gone down and got a penalty in the second half, say when he broke in the side of the box. But yeah, lots of things to be pleased with, but first and foremost, the way we defended and stuck together as a group was really pleasing. And got to add as well, thank you to the fans to come all this way again. It's been horrendous weather over the country on it, so to come down the numbers they did and cheer the lads on and appreciate the effort and the commitment at the end is pleasing.
And you've talked about the clean sheet there as well. You know, Kofi got a bit of a battering in there as well. Looked like he might have to come off at one point. Nathan's playing on his wrong side. They had to stand up to quite a lot today. Were you pleased with, if nothing else, the character as well as how they went about the game?
I was pleased with the character of all 11 players, because it wasn't just down to the back 3. They had to deal with the end product. The long ball, the header, the defending of the crosses, but we had to do a lot of work further forward than that as well. And midfield players landed on second ball, so we had a discussion yesterday as a group about where I thought we were and what we actually achieved so far. And I think there's more in us. We are a new group, and hopefully with time we can keep progressing our style and the way that we want to try and play, and we can collect more points.
Do you think you had a shout for a penalty when Chislett's in the box and got taken down?
I'm not going to make any comment about the officials. I'm sure there'll be plenty of comments about how the game was refereed. There's no point in me getting involved. I've got to be honest. I think it's a difficult way of refereeing the way they play the game, and that's no disrespect to them. So I think they're really effective. So sometimes you get things, sometimes you don't do.
I have to say, it must be nice to get through a game without any more niggling injuries as well, because that's, you've picked up a couple in the last few games, so to get through one as well, that's another plus point.
Yeah, there'll be some sore heads in there, won't there, from the amount of balls they had to head, and there's a few cuts, etc. So, but there's the things you have to do. So it's good to get a point when we start into the league programme again. It's another hectic period. We obviously lost a few players before the international break with medium-term injuries, so it's good to get the two lads up 45 minutes a day, and hopefully we can build on that going forward.